Greetings, YouTube. Today I'm going to review the module, The Shrine of Saint Aleena, from Small Niche Games, and this is aimed at the Labyrinth Lord set of rules, or roughly. I mean, that's what it's aimed at, but it will function under any OSR version of D&D or a fantasy game. You could run this under the OGL or Pathfinder without any difficulty. It may take a little bit of tweaking on the GM's part, but you know, an orc's an orc, a goblin's a goblin. You'll be able to figure things out. There's one unique monster that may need slight modification, but it's perfectly suited to OSR games. I received this copy as a review copy, so I'm going to keep it be above board about that. This is written by Peter C. Spahn, artwork by Luigi Castellani, who does an excellent job. It's very reminiscent of Errol Otis. And maps are by Tim Harton and are excellent. So what do you get? This is a 26-page module. Obviously, it deals with the Shrine of Saint Aleena. And being a module, I don't want to give out too much details because I don't want to spoil it for anyone. But what I like about this module is it lays it out for for your GM, or the GM, I should say, not necessarily your GM, and it's designed for a typical kind of first edition style group, 3 to 6 characters of first to third level. Obviously, 6 characters if they're all first level, 3 characters if they're all lower than that. There are enough NPCs if you have a gap in your group. Say your party needs an additional bit of muscle. There's a fighter you can pick up. If you need a little thieving, there's a rogue that you can pick up, and if you need a little magic, there's a spellcaster you can pick up, an arcane caster. I think there may be a cleric in there too if you need one. It is also helpful if you have at least one lawful or good aligned character in your group to help pull you into this whole storyline, though you could be pulled in for other reasons. There are some nice random encounters that help feed into the adventure, help bring the characters into the adventure, feeding them information as they go. And these, of course, if you don't use them, they're very well written, and you could use them for other things, both in this setting or the world that Small Niche Games has been putting together, or just in any kind of a game. Any kind of random encounter that the GM doesn't have to think up on their own is a bonus in my book. There's also a series of rumors. Some rumors, of course, being more true than others, and all of them could be used as adventure seeds. In addition, there are a couple of locales that, while they are not fleshed out in this particular module intentionally, but could be fleshed out by a GM if they wanted to use this as a setting for a greater, larger adventure. I apologize for the noise in the background. The laundry must go on. But I think this has a nice overall storyline. It pulls the characters in. There is enough background and enough investigation that it's not all just hack and slash. It isn't all just trying to find the mystery. This isn't necessarily, a pure Scooby and the Gang adventure. There is adventure involved in here. There is dairy doing. There is definite vibe of a little bit of dungeon crawling as well. So it's a nice balance. The NPCs are well fleshed out. There's quite a few of them, and again, if you don't use them in this adventure, they're usable at a later date, or you just file the names off and give them a new name, and you've got the stats all ready to go, which in and of itself is a major plus for any GM will tell you. Sometimes coming up with NPCs on the fly is a pain in the butt. You've already got them worked up right there. Just use them. And because they're fleshed out fairly well, if you decide to use this area as a setting for further adventures, or say make it a temporary base of operation where the characters are low level, you've got the NPCs ready to go. You don't have to come up with them on your own. I've been impressed with everything Small Niche Games done as far as their Labyrinth Lord compatible modules. Even though I am not a fan of the OSR, they have definitely captured that vibe. And one of the modules there was very large modules of theirs, which I reviewed, I think last year or the year before, I can't remember. Which was a huge dungeon crawl. And I'm telling you, I read this and I just wanted to grab one of my old characters and go adventure underneath the earth. It just really made me want to do a dungeon crawl. And this module very much is of the same quality and timbre. I really enjoyed the product. I think that is going to be useful to any GM out there that's looking for a module for characters 1 through 3rd of that rough party mix of 3 to 6 levels, figure out how you want to do that kind of thing. So I definitely think that this is another example of a quality product coming out of small niche games. Kudos to Mr. Spawn. He has once again done an excellent job.